Hey, thanks for joining me for a Kratom update on my withdrawal here. Today I am proud to say that I believe, at day 30. I'm about a month out right now from going Kratom cold turkey. And I want to thank the people that had reached out and asked that I make another update video. I was going to kind of end it, I believe at 10 days was the last time maybe that I talked about where I was at with my withdrawal. But I do think it's important to discuss again at 30 days because there is PAWS that we're dealing with at this point. So I kind of wanted to give an update on that and let you guys know where I'm at. So really quick, the backstory was 9 months of heavy use of Kratom. Pretty much no taper, quick cold turkey withdrawal. Lasted about 3 or 4 days of intense acute symptoms, and then felt better as far as that, but have now been dealing with PAWS and that kind of stuff. So primarily that's what today's video will discuss at the 30-day mark, is PAWS, because as you know, like the acute symptoms of the muscle pain and that stuff, that was gone pretty quick. That was difficult, but it was gone pretty quick. What I experience at this point now is those lingering, more of the mental game type stuff where you have depression, anxiety, lack of motivation, that kind of thing. And those are the symptoms I am dealing with currently. And I am using supplements and different things to deal with those symptoms that I wanted to share with you as well, because I think they've been very helpful as I continue my Kratom withdrawal, and I think they'll be helpful to you as well. So I wanted to share those. So basically, yeah, what I'm feeling is anxiety and depression primarily. Those two things were the same items though that I went to Kratom for. I have chronic pain. I suffer from that, and then I also suffer from anxiety. So using Kratom I was able to get rid of both of those. For the most part, I had 9-month period there where I wasn't really dealing with anxiety. I wasn't really dealing with the pain because I was Kratom was so helpful for me. So it's hard for me to tell how much of what I'm feeling is like pre-Kratom type anxiety and depression that I had existing anyways, and what of it is PAWS, that post-Kratom use that's actually causing this. So is all I could do is I could speak for myself and what I'm feeling currently, and how I'm coping with it, so that you understand that. But I think everybody's going to be different. Our physiology is different, and how mental things, our mental game is different, and how things mentally affect us is different. So for each, it's going to be different, obviously, than myself. But I am noticing anxiety, panic attacks, racing heart, that kind of stuff. I have a problem with clenching my jaw. That's been ongoing. And all these symptoms came back stronger, I guess, because of the lack of Kratom. I mean, that was my coping tool. So I have found some other supplements that I'm currently using that I'm going to share with you guys, so that you'll know. You'll have those in your toolbox if you want to use them. There's depression as well that comes in. It's not a constant, but it'll hit me out of nowhere. And then there's this lack of motivation, which I do think is coupled with the depression. It's an after effect of that, because I believe I'm having a hard time doing a lot of things that used to come easier. Now, of course, Kratom was a great motivator, and I had a lot of energy on Kratom, but a lot of interest in things, I guess. So I'm kind of, apathetic at this point. Not much interest in things, even though I am springing out. I'm doing this channel, which was started during Kratom. I've been running an Instagram page that's related to a personality type. So I have been doing a lot of things that are active and engaging in a lot of things, but I think I think my lack of motivation is definitely down. So that's what I'm feeling, but it's not, the effects that I'm feeling are not crippling. And I think that's in large part because of the supplements I'm using, which are what I want to share with you guys next, because these supplements, I think, are, they were helpful pre-Kratom, but they're helpful now. I'm noticing that there's an effect. If I miss taking any of these that I have in my cocktail, my daily cocktail, I will notice it. It's definitely an effect on me. So getting into that, what I wanted to share is some of the things that I use for some of the things that I use for anxiety. You know, I have a few different ones that I use, and some of them make you tired. So, you know, I do have that lack of energy going on, so I'm trying to avoid the ones that make me tired during the daytime so that I will remain energized. But so what I'll share here is there's really two that I use for nighttime use. And one is Kava Kava. Excellent. You've probably heard of it. If not, definitely something you'd want to check out. It works on GABA receptors. It's very calming. It's, you know, an herbal drink that a lot of people use. I take pills, but I know there's many different forms. I know there's many different ways to take it, and I know that a lot of people have you know, experienced really great results from using Kava. And before I do get into these lists, I do need to mention that I am not a doctor. I don't have any medical training at all. All I'm doing here is sharing what is working for me. And you know, you will need to consult with your doctor before trying any of these supplements. But these are what work for me, for my anxiety, my depression, my motivation. So I wanted to share them with you. But please do your own research on whether you want to take them or not. Okay, that out of the way. Kava Kava, again, great one. Another one that I use that does make me tired as well, along with Kava, is Bacopa. I believe it's pronounced Bacopa. It's an herb as well. And I find that it's very helpful, and it works in a different way than on GABA receptors. I'm not quite sure, but they really recommend Bacopa for people that are experiencing withdrawal type symptoms from like benzodiazepines such as Valium, Klonopin, Xanax, that type of stuff. But this stuff really works well for that, and I have found that it has been a godsend. It has been so helpful to me. Being able to use this herb Bacopa. It does make me tired as well, but I do use it throughout the day. You know, later in the day I find I wake up a bit more, and it's easier then. But earlier in the day when I do use it, I do notice I get tired, and I know that's going to be different for everybody. But Bacopa is an excellent one to have in your toolkit to use, help you sleep, that kind of thing. Some people, I believe, maybe gain energy from it as well. So it really does depend on the person, but that's a great one for me. I've really come to like that. And I just started using it right before the Kratom Withdrawal, and I definitely noticed the results. One that I use as well, it's magnesium glycinate. That is for anxiety. That's for overall mood. That's for muscle aches. That's for a bunch of things. I use magnesium glycinate. I love it. I take a lot of it on a daily basis. I take a little bit above the RDA. At 600 milligrams of magnesium glycinate on its own, because I do love it. I really notice the results, and magnesium is responsible for over 300 different processes in your body. It's got a part in that. So, you know, if you don't have enough magnesium, and a lot of us don't get enough from diet, it's great to supplement. So I do as well, and I find that that's very useful. Something that I use during daytime use when I'm having some anxiety and don't want to feel tired, and just want to get rid of the anxiety without those other effects, is L-theanine. You will find that generally in green teas, and it's an amino acid, I believe, that is amazing. I could take 200 milligrams, and anxiety is good for 4 to 5 hours after taking that. And anytime I take caffeine, if I am going to take caffeine because of my anxiety, I will generally pair it up with L-theanine. And it gives it a much smoother ride and a much mellower feel to the caffeine. So I love that stuff. As far as energy, motivation, depression, that kind of thing, what I have found useful is, for one, SAMe. I take that every day. That has been useful for my depression. I believe it takes a little bit of time to build up in your system, but I find that it's really helpful. I don't fall into those deep valleys, you know, from depression. It's more of a stable, you know, I might go down a little bit and dip, but I don't go too deep into a depression generally. And that's I believe because of the SAMe. It also helps with motivation. It energizes me a little bit. So I use SAMe, as well as I've started using American ginseng. And I feel that my mind is clearer during that. I find that I have those energy levels. I can use it throughout the day if I wish. So that has been helpful as well. Those are the herbs and supplements and minerals and etc. that I am using currently, and overall have been very helpful. If you're not using supplements, you're having problems, I would definitely recommend doing a YouTube research or however you'd like, and then discussing with your doctor using some of those different herbs, depending on what symptoms you're having from PAWS. But as far as today goes, day 30, a month out from Kratom, feeling good. I'm thinking about using Kratom again, actually, down the road. A day use here or there for some of those difficult situations I might get into. I haven't yet decided if I will. I may not. I don't know if I want to go down that road because I could become dependent on it again, and I certainly don't want to go through that. That was no fun. So, I'm still weighing that. But to each their own. And I might not. I have something that I have to do here coming up that I may need to use it for, I feel like, but I might not, just because, like I said, I don't want to go back down that spiral of becoming addicted again now that I've fought so hard to be 30 days free and clear from it. Yeah, that's where I'm at. If you have any questions, comments, please leave them below. Throw a like up if this video was helpful for you. I do appreciate all the likes and comments I've got on my other videos. It motivates me to continue giving updates and to continue helping. If you have anything you'd like to add as far as how PAWS has affected you, or any questions you might have, please do so below. I love when people chime in and can give a different perspective to what I might be discussing in a video that's not mine, but it's theirs, so that it adds and it tells more of a complete story. So please feel free to do that if you feel so inclined. And yeah, I will, I might come up with another update again if I feel so inclined. But as far as it goes right now, this is the 30-day update free from Kratom. And if you're getting ready to make that jump, you can do it. It's definitely doable. Give it a 3 to, I guess 7 days maybe to get over the initials, and, deal with some supplements. I have some videos up that'll help you do that. That'll help you with how, this is the way I quit, and some different supplements. I have one on here on how to quit Kratom the easy way, so I'd recommend looking at that if you're getting ready to make the jump. Again, any questions, any comments, please leave them below, and thank you for tuning in.